What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and this is my second to last The Crew 2 video. It is my last video on this channel. Oh, no, not on this channel. Wait, what am I saying? It is my last video on this account. I am going to be doing more Crew 2 videos. You know, when they add an update, I might come back to the game. I might even come back like a month or two in. I will definitely play the game on stream because I have to get everything that's going to be in episode 2 of this update. But that's about it. This is my last Crew 2 video before Motorfest though. On the main account at least. And then Rookie 2 Icon 1000 is going to be my last Crew 2 video. We're going to be getting the Marble Edition Proto Lucky One. This car is going to be in the Crew Motorfest December 6th is when that car is going to be added to Motorfest. It's got the big fancy doors that the regular Lucky One has. It's pretty cool. It's the final Summit car for the Crew 2. Well, I don't know if they're going to be doing new Summit cars for Episode 2. I would assume they would, right? I don't see anything being different for Episode 2. I imagine we'll just get 4 stories, 2 car ones, 2 outfit ones, and no car editions. I don't see them doing car editions. But I do see them doing, that looks pretty cool, Summit cars still. And, you know, maybe obviously those will transfer over. Okay, let me do this. Oh, and I'm never going to have to worry about my terrible parts management again. The mailbox in Motorfest is so much better. It's in the pause menu, and it filters by what rarity. You can delete all of a certain rarity. You can select. I'm never going to have to worry about this terrible parts system anymore. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. I could scrap all those parts. I keep them because I'm like, what if some of the... You know what? You know what? I don't need them. I don't need... notifications. It's... Oh, don't scrap your parts, it says. No, I don't need them. I don't need them. Oh, this is nice. This is therapeutic, I dare say. Yeah, screw you. And there we go. I'm finally gonna have an empty mailbox because it doesn't matter anymore. Look, whatever. I wouldn't have ever put in the time to figure out what these... Again, also in the Crew Motorfest, it shows exactly what affix they have, exactly what percent they have. So you can actually tell when there's an entire set. But here we go, the Hypercar Glory Summit. I clearly didn't do very well at the last summit. Yeah, there you go. I've been getting bad at summits recently. I don't touch them anymore. But here we go. You can see we can't see what is the next summit because that's the next episode. This is the final summit before Motorfest. Then we have early access is the 11th. Where are we going? The early access is 11th, then the episode 2 is the 13th, and then the full release for people who didn't get the gold ultimate edition, that release is the 14th. So the jig is up, I would say. Let's do this. Here we go, and let's I hope it's an enjoyable summit. That's what I hope. I just want this to be a decently enjoyable summit. Let's go as far back as we can. It'll give me like a notification at some point. There we go, radius. Here we are. And people are in the cycle lane, which was a good idea, which I've not done. Okay, let's get to the cycle lane. I have nosed way too early, probably, maybe. No. 4:05. I will take that. That is absolutely great. Okay, sweet. It's feeling like a good summit. It's feeling like a good summit, man. And obviously, it's the last summit. What parts did we have? We did have the right parts. Okay. Slalom. A boat slalom. They're pretty iconic, I suppose. Oh, it's not even a boat slalom. It's an on-road slalom. Now, for these, normally, I think you can use, like, hypercars now because there was a hypercar boosted set. But I think I missed that. So, I'm going to be using Rally Raid. And in Rally Raid, I'm going to be using the HX Concept, the one that is the best at slaloms. Here we go. This should be good. A boat slalom would have been better, though. You know, boat slaloms are the more iconic, is what I would say. Here we go. This can't be that hard. That's okay. Stay in control. Okay. I actually do remember some of these being kind of hard. Some of these are annoying, as far as I remember. Are we close to the end? Tell me we're close to the end. Okay, I need to go way tighter here. There we go. And... where's the end? Oh, there it is. Oh, chill. That's what I mean. That hypercar started very much after me, but races past me at the end. So yeah, if you had a boosted hypercar set, hypothetically you could get better because I'm using a boosted set, he's using a boosted set, and you know his is faster. And an escape, Pikes Peak escape at that. You know what? Sure. I do have something to say about Pikes Peak Escape. There was a Pikes Peak Escape back when I used to sweat the summit. I used to properly try. Because I never used to really sweat summits before. I would just do alright. And then eventually I decided, you know what, let me actually try in a summit. Let me see if I like actually tried. Like properly tried in a summit. I did that. And I came 20th. And then I did it, oh, it was like 17th or something, and then I came like 7th in a different one. It was 19th and 7th. So I proved that I could be good at a summit. And around that time, Pikes Peak Escape was in the summit. It was, I imagine it was the Pikes Peak Porsche one, because it was that and the C2 2.0 edition. I didn't mean to start that. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, this is always difficult to get around. There we go. Sweet, and you have to go from this side. And I remember I would stream this, obviously, when I was being all cracked at the summit. I would stream it, and I would always go back into doing the escape, because just for some reason, more people would be watching when I did the escape. Oh, and I remember this as being a very difficult to nail escape, because you get stuff like that. You just have to make it to the road, though. Oh, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be doing that. You can get, like, perfect falls through here, though. That's what I used to do. I used to just constantly restart, constantly try and get the perfect fall. Onto here, onto a road that you can see on the map. A lot more control than I thought I would have, being in an F1 car off-road. I would argue I've got more control than, like... I tell you what, than the HX Concept. That thing was sliding around all over the place. And... you get here, and then eventually you have to cut into that highway, obviously, but I forget where. Let's just do it. There's not going to be any solid trees. I mean, there you go, there wasn't. And now we drive. I feel like there's a hard right turn at some point, but I don't remember. I feel like there was. Oh no! I'm an idiot! Oh, that's gonna get me. That's gonna get me. Okay, we could be a lot further ahead right now if I didn't have a fair few mess-ups, but we're doing alright for ourselves. I feel like I'm supposed to take this right. I have vague memory of this summit, and I feel like I'm supposed to take this, so I'm going to. And then is it like a different highway that I end up at? Because at the moment we're just in a tunnel. Yeah, I feel like that highway, we're supposed to hop onto that. So, let's do that. Oh, so does the game look black and white here, or is that just me? There we go. Okay, I guess we're taking the proper exit, because I forgot to brake early enough. And this appears to be one of those... oh, wait, no, I was going to say it's one of those ones where you can go forever. Clearly not, never mind. That is very much back up to us. And there's a lot of turns up here, which means a lot of crashing. Never mind, I've done absolutely no crashing. That's... pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, no, I was right when I said this seems like one of those summits that you could go forever on. Yeah. Unless this car is just way faster than I remember. Damn. Because obviously they updated the whole of Alpha GP. They updated all of Alpha GP. I had to process what words I was trying to say there. They updated the whole of Alpha GP way back when. So obviously, part of that meant changing in what the best cars was, and this is now the best Alpha GP car. I have no idea where I'm going at this point. Like, truly no idea. So, I'll send it off the highway, I guess? Sure. I think this is where it normally catches up to me, but go here, go here, and then I guess it's just the New York route, I think. Just quite the escape to be doing on the final summit. They're really trying to keep me on the game. They're using this for the final summit until we get to Vegas, at which point it's not the New York route, it is the highway. I think do I go on the salt flats? I think I go on the salt flats. Oh god. We recently found out that this whole area this highway, not in the Crew 1. This highway was added just in the Crew 2. I've taken the wrong highway. Can I jump off it? Okay, I can. Good. Not in the Crew 1, this whole highway. Oh, what are you talking about? But then again, you'd find out about this highway not being there in my Crew 1 video that comes out tomorrow. No. Yeah, it's a side. It's an escape too, so I can't pause. I need the toilet now, and I can't pause and go do that because I'm in an escape. I've been trapped in a goddamn escape. Where even am I? I'm well past Vegas, going north. I'm heading to Seattle, and we started this at Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak, and I'm going to Seattle. What are you talking about? Also, is this really the fastest route? Because, like, surely, like, Keys is further away from Pikes Peak, so wouldn't that be better off to go to? Like, Keys, go to there? I don't actually know if I am. I think I'm going to Seattle. Yeah, north is that way. I'm going definitely close north, but left a bit, you know. North. Never eat straight away. Northwest. And the top northwest is where Seattle is. So I suppose that is most likely where I'm going. Oh, we are plowing it hard south now, so things are changing. We're on the high-speed takedown road, which I do know is very close to Seattle, but we seem to be heading down to San Francisco now. Yep, there it is. You can just about, it's far away. We're headed down to San Francisco instead. Sure, I didn't expect to be, but sure. I feel like I remember some, like, you know, you jump off and then you go to whatever instead. I don't know, frankly. I'm just gonna send it into San Francisco, you know? Screw it if I was supposed to jump off and go to Seattle instead. I am just going to send it to San Francisco. Just head to the bottom, and then I'll try and go for the coast and just take the coastal road to LA, I guess. Yeah, where else? Where the coastal road is a brilliant question. Not this. This was a bad road to go on, actually. This was a very pointless road to go on. Oh, no. Okay, can I not? Ow. Alright, instead, I'm gonna take this road, which isn't as simple to drive. It's a big old curvy road, this one. Oh, no, this is not the... Okay, no, this is the coastal road. Okay, I got my roads confused. This is the coastal road. Here we go. Oh, fuck God. Okay, whatever. I feel like I've taken a catastrophically wrong turn in this, like, the official route for this. And... Nah, I'm just going, you know. I'm just going for whatever. I don't even know what the zone is. Technically, I'm driving towards the zone right now. Maybe? I don't know. It's where it is on the thing. Okay, a lot more traffic and a very much annoying road. Oh, there's the zone. Okay, see, yeah, if I went to Seattle, I technically would have been better off for the zone, see? Because, yeah, okay, Seattle probably was the shout. Probably should have hopped off of the Golden Gate and gone to Seattle instead. Oh, well, though. I'll take it. And oh, my God, 115,000 yards. That's like... I could walk that. I could walk that. So 60th. I'll take 60th in the world. Sweet. On the final summit. Now the Senna. Oh, now that's an iconic car for the channel to be using next. Oh, I'm gonna miss all these hypercars, man. I mean, I know I'll have all of these exact same hypercars in the Crew Motorfest, and they'll look way better. I'll miss the bad-looking hypercars, you know? Like, I'll miss... looking at a hypercar and being like, why does it look so bad? Because it's in the Crew 2. That's why. The Noble, is that the part? It is the part. Let's swap those over. Damn, man. Damn. Where's the McLaren Senna? No, yeah, so the McLaren Senna has a big place on the channel, and I will put the parts on it. Where is it? McLaren Senna. I'll explain. Oh, and in this race, a very simple, iconic race in the Crew 2. I believe it's the best race for money in hypercar as well. Well, that isn't high-speed takedown. But the McLaren Senna, there's a bit of a reputation I've built, and it is making one too many videos on a car, right? Maybe sometimes a car comes out, and, you know, I upload daily. I have a bunch of ideas I can do with a car. So I make a few videos, and a lot of people think that started with the Chiron 300 Plus. People think I started with milking the Chiron 300 Plus, but milking, of course, being the term for it, for making too many videos on it. But a lot of people think that started with the Chiron 300 Plus, but in all actuality, it started way before that with the Senna. In fact, the Senna still remains, to this day, I believe, the single car that I have made the most videos on. That might not be true. because eventually I did make more on the 300 plus because it ended up being the best car or whatever. But as far as just being on the car, nothing else to do with it, just the car, I made like 7 with the Senna. Like, I did beat Latrell, I did New York, I did like a fully stock and a fully maxed out comparison. I did obviously a video on the car when I got early access to it. Then I did a video on the car when it actually came out in the game. And then I feel like I did one more, something somewhere there. Oh, I did a video on its wide body as well. I did a video on the crew of it was supposed to be a series, the crew's craziest wide bodies, where I would go in and try a car without a wide body, put on the wide body, and see how much it would improve. A bunch of series that I didn't continue really, but the Senna was the first car that got milked. Again, people think it's the Chiron, but it wasn't. And I did a bit with the Reventon, but I was self-aware with that one too. I put a cow behind it in one of the thumbnails. But, you know, it's a classic. It's a classic and it's iconic. It was very hyped when it first came in the game as well. Damn. In a very iconic race and a very iconic car for the channel. Damn. And hey, you'll probably see me do the same stuff in Motorfest. What did we get for that one? It was pretty high, right? It was like 127, I want to say. It was 125. Yeah, there you go. Right, the Lamborghini Countach. Got it. Now, the Lamborghini Countach is kind of on the opposite end of that spectrum. I don't know if I got busy with other stuff, but it was a car that I really didn't milk. I think I did one video, and I don't even know if I ended up doing a New York video for this thing, because eventually I chilled out a bit, and what I would only do is sort of, I would do New York. I would just do the base car, and then I would do New York with that car. But, you know, this one, is this the Trost car part 1? Oh, this Summit and Long, okay, at least they're iconic races. But this Summit and Long races, man, this is like an 8-minute race if you don't know. But I did those two, but I did have way more plans. I wanted to do something along the lines of, like, my mate does New York with this car, while I build the Lego version of the Countach, and like a race like that. I wanted to do a video that was something along the lines of, I need to stop saying all these, like, clearly just elongating the sentence, because my brain can't process as fast as it used to be able to. So I just elongate the sentence by being like, you know, the thing that's, like the, and then, I just gotta stop. Oh, I wanted to do I Beat Tio with just the Countaches. Because obviously Tio you beat in a street car and a hypercar, so you could use Countach and Countach for that. I wanted to do something like that, but again, I didn't end up doing it. Most of those ideas I didn't end up doing. So Countach was on the opposite end of the hypercar spectrum where it came out, and I focused way more on the street Countach because that one's the best car in the game still. So it makes sense that I ended up doing more stuff with that. And this thing got shunned to the side, but it's pretty cool. I think I saw one IRL, I want to say. It's pretty sick, it's pretty sick. But, you know, not my kind of car, really. Okay, this shortcut is hit or miss. And by hit or miss, I mean hitting or missing a rock. And we missed them all. Sweet. And there we go. I'll show you most of the good shortcuts in this race. I remember I used to play this race a lot. It's a fun race. It used to be the best for parts, I think. But that got changed around. And it's like a mini New York, you know. If a lot of the fun for New York comes from, you know, getting the... Okay, what do I do here? I think... Okay, yeah. You go here. From the shortcuts and the learning the route of New York. I loved that New York became like a speedrun for a different game, right? It became like a you learn the route and the route improves and changes to the game, change the route, stuff like that. I like that New York became that eventually. And this is like a mini version of that, you know? It's like a mini New York where it's got its own little route, it's got its own stuff you do. Okay. I like that they're always hypercar as well, because it's the spec with some of the more hype. So, no, it's not really a pun at all, no, is it? No, but just, yeah, the spec that people more care about. Okay, I am so terrible. I've forgotten how to make this shortcut. I know we can get back onto the road somewhere rather easily, but where that is, who knows, honestly. I mean, there's the road, and there's me on the road. There you go. See, if I hit the tree bit clean, that would have been pretty clean overall. But it wasn't, because I did hit the trees. I hope there's like a similar shortcuttable race in Motorfest, but I just don't think so. With the lack of nuance on the map, I just don't know if there's gonna be like a New York type race. There might be like a big race. Oh, please, no! You're supposed to use that mound that I went up to jump the thing to get a much cleaner entrance into this shortcut. There's also a shortcut on the right where you get on that dirt road, but that one's bad. There might be an event around the whole map in Motorfest, but I don't know if there's going to be an event like this. An event that is the whole of, well, like a massive event with really sparse checkpoints, sparse enough checkpoints that you can take shortcuts like this. I just don't think that's going to be possible. Hopefully it is, but I don't have much hope, you know. It's like a sure, it would be nice, but ugh. And that's another shortcut, by the way. You can see even for like an 8-minute race, there is so many little cuts you can do. So, you know, they help out your run. This one I'm often bad at, but I can just about manage it. There you go. That's just like that. This bit you gotta be careful with, not to overshoot. And then there's a really weird shortcut coming up, one that I don't entirely understand how it works, frankly. It's this one. Okay, ow. Don't hit that. Going around this way is actually quicker than going the other way. Instead, you turn around here and pelt it down this way. Sweet. And the rest of it's pretty simple. Honestly, that was way quicker than I thought. It's gonna be a 7-minute run. I don't think I used to do 7-minute runs way back when. You know what? I'm pretty sharp at this race. I didn't realize how actually pretty alright at this race I was. That's pretty good. I'll take it. Sweet. And then the final one is just this. Also, no traffic. Is that? Why do I have no traffic? There is supposed to be traffic in this race, right? Is it just because of the summit? Did they turn off traffic for the summit? Because there is normally traffic in this race. Huh. You know what? I doubt it's like I've accidentally done a no traffic bug. Also, 130. It was a clearly good run. I doubt I've just accidentally done a no traffic run. I imagine it's just something's gone awry. Speaking of Countach's, yeah, there we go. Okay, clearly it's a top speed race because the Mitsubishi, but mostly the Countach. Here we go, Cascade Scenic Tour. It's a good race. I do like this race. It's on the regular version of this race. It's in the snow, which is bad. But the other version of this race is like in PvP, obviously. It's just an actually really good race. And here it's not got snow, so it's on the good raceway. Okay. Stay in control, please. I mean, I can't really say much about this race. I mean, I can talk about the Countach. Pretty cool how this ended up being every card that is the best in the spec right now is the final best in the spec for the Crew 2. It's the final best vehicle. This thing, the Geron Divine Edition in the Hypercar, that was a latecomer. That one just got added this update and it's the best. We got Rally Raid is the Ford F-150 Raptor Enforcer. That one stayed pretty steady. The BMW Z4 in Drift, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray has been, since that, the entire game, I would argue, the Stingray is the only vehicle to have stayed the best, uncontested, the entire game. Yeah. And then we got a couple other things, I suppose. Rally Cross is the Lancer, the Escalade. Motocross is, I don't know, frankly. Hovercraft is the Speedster. Jet Sprint is the Rocket. Aerobatics, who cares? Monster Truck is a combination of Mustang, Silverado, VW Combi Bus, Fiat 500, or a Bar 500, whichever one it is. I don't know, Touring, FXXK, Selena 7. Proto Mark II in Alpha GP, and Froscher 1414 Demon in, and the Wacko plane for air race. But the Froscher 1414 Demon for boat spec. And now, those are the final ones. I mean, unless they make more changes with, I imagine they will. I don't know. We'll have to see what these new updates are going to be. Right, and let's send it through, okay, here. There we go. Sweet. 132,000. There we go. Sweet. What are we looking at for that? There we go. Oh, now the Pearl. God, I've been already recording for like an hour, and we're only just getting to the one where we're not even Pearl, Marble. Sweet. Let's do that. Let's go into it. Here we go. Oh, they had to choose a boring race. Are you kidding? I mean, the Marble looks nice, I suppose, and the Yeah, this thing's pretty cool, to be fair. This thing's pretty cool, I suppose. It's whatever. The gold is nice. The marble finish is quite cool. It's whatever. It's a bit when you consider that this is stick drift. This is a crew-made car, so they could have done a lot more to it, really. That kind of makes it a bit, you know. Are those active aero on the hood, though? I'm gonna have to see, because I don't remember those being up at the beginning. That's pretty cool. Mostly it's just that, the splitter, I mean, it's a regular Summit car, but the main thing is that the crew made this car, so it could have been anything, you know? But I guess, given that the crew made it, I suppose it's pretty cool to have it as the big send-off car, you know? It's the final Summit car. Damn, the final Summit car. Damn. Oh, okay, there's active arrow there at the back, but I can't tell if there is on the front there. I guess we won't know until we stop. And I'd rather hope we don't just get stopped. Also, I need to order a new controller. This is torturous, the stick drift on this thing. It's constant. Like, it's truly constant. There. That wasn't me who went left a little bit. That was the controller. It is impressive that they managed to pick... I guess, you know what? This race is iconic in the way that it is utterly terrible. It's what, South Trip, right? I don't want to say this is Big Land, because I don't think it is Big Land. It's South Trip, which is basically just Big Land 2. And then you got, like, Going to Vegas, which is basically Big Land 3. And then you got Main Highlands Cave, which is basically Big Lands 4, but it's far away enough that it's actually a playable race. This is either Big Land or South Trip, and I think South Trip. And you know what? Oh! Yeah, it's active arrow. Damn it! I'll look away for a second. I mean, they almost did something quite like this with the No Rules Edition BMW M8 had a weird, like, fancy finish on its splitters and stuff. I quite liked it. I just called it Grandma's Coffee Table because it looks like that, like, white covering that you would put on a coffee table back, I know, growing up brown, I've definitely seen them. It looked like most of those. And that is what the splitter on the BMW Performance Edition looked like. This one, I mean, marble of stick drift. And I'm not just talking about the Stick Drift podcast. Head down there and follow. Alright, this turn is a bit... Okay, no, we're fine. Sweet. And then opposite... What is this? Is this South Trip or Big Land? I think this is... No, yeah, this isn't South Trip. Big Land ends with the... Why didn't it... It started and didn't let me respawn. Big Land is the hard left into the foresty area at the very end. This is definitely South Trip. Pretty cool shortcut, though, if it actually let me respawn. God damn it. Alright, off to the very end. Sweet. The Pearl, not the Pearl, why do I keep calling it the Pearl? The Marble Edition Proto Lucky Juan, the final summit car of the Crew 2 before the Crew Motorfest. And you know what? It's pretty, it's yeah. What do you think about the Marble? 105, that's not great, but oh well. I want a drag race? Oh, boo. Boo, I say, boo. Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, that's... quite the coincidence, because this drag race will have me use what I just previously mentioned as the undisputed, since the launch of the game, best car in the thing. What am I trying to say? The undisputed best car in drag. The one that has been the longest running best car in the spec. The only best car in the spec to have stayed the same the entire lifespan of the game. That's a pretty high claim, you know? That's a pretty cool thing to be. To be the only car to have stayed the best throughout 5 years of Crew. This car has stayed the best. That's crazy. There we go, and let's send it. There we are. Okay. Sweet. But, you know, drag still remains over those 5 years the most boring event type in the game. So, ooh! Stick drift. God damn it. Here we go. Let's get this sorted, and then we can finally move on to the last event of this summit. Here we go. 128,000 points. Now we got the final event, which is touring car in a hypercar. What could this even be? One shall remain. Okay, touring car in a snow... In the snow one. One shall remain. Is that the final one? Also, what car is everyone using? Because I don't know, frankly. We have got the Gallardo. That's interesting. Saleen S7. That makes sense. Gallardo making a return is interesting. That was one of... That was an early best car in the spec until... I think it only got dethroned by the RS01, the Renault RS01. Which, you know what? The Renault RS01, I will hands down say that was the best car in touring car. That was the best car. Because it's such a cool car. It has such an attractive hood view. That's a cool car. And it was the best in touring car. And now it isn't. Now it's the FXXK and Saleen S7R. Because they changed around the whole of the touring spec. Where are those cars, to be fair? I don't know, actually. I have way too many cars up here that definitely shouldn't have parts on them. These cars are supposed to not have parts on them. Of course, the Bentley has the parts on it. Let's swap those out. Oh, wait, no. These are the proper parts. Let's swap them onto this. And then take the parts from the Bentley again. And put them on the Saleen S7R. There it is. The best car in touring car currently. Clearly. Well, it's this or the FXXK, and I prefer this. Oh, it's the first one. Okay. And it's not in snow, which is nice, actually. That makes it a bit better. You can actually get a clear look at what this event is like. Also, already we are rocketing off. I know that touring and hypercar do actually share a, top rating. So, that's what we're looking at here. Pretty cool to see the fireworks, unobstructed. Oh, but we're already maxing out. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's where the balancing out is. Unless I have this thing to 9 gearbox, which obviously, if you didn't know how gearbox works, the lower you have it, the faster your acceleration, the slower your top speed. And the higher you have it, the faster your top speed, the slower your acceleration. Is how that works. Oh my god, and this is the final event of the final summit. Oh, we are going to have more summits in the Crew 2, obviously, with the next updates and whatnot. But it's the last one, man. It's the last one. Ah, here we go. The final thing, the final stuff. All of it is over now, man. And now we switch over to the Crew Motorfest. And we've got one last video to film, one last video to edit, one last video to upload. And that video is the, well, it's the Rookie to Icon 1000 video. Then it's over. And then it's all over. And then Motorfest is out a couple days after that. And obviously I'll come back to the Crew 2. Obviously I'll do more Crew 2 videos. But for all intents and purposes, this is the last main account Crew 2 video. I will not be changing a single car from now on. These will all remain as they are for nostalgia purposes. So I can come back to the game and be like, hey, I remember this car. Because in the Motorfest, I'm going to stock out every car. Straight away, I'm going to stock all my cars out because they look terrible in Motorfest. Because of the carrying over of customization. Oh, stick drift! Thank God I'm switching to PC as well. This is terrible. But I'm gonna keep everything here for nostalgia, man. I didn't even really fully finish the game. I still have stories left. I still haven't done all of the US Speed Tour cities on Hard and Ace. But that's all gone now. That's all done. That's all it can be. We're putting a cap on it. That is it for the Crew 2 Ubisoft Ivory Tower. Ah, damn, man. Damn. Shit, damn. Oh, damn. There we go. Just like that, man. Just like that. Hypercar Glory, 1 on 20. We're gonna get this hypercar. I mean, I'm gonna have to come on the game on the 14th anyway to at least look at the new update and collect my hypercar. I mean, I probably won't even do that on the 14th. I'll probably do that later because I can collect it whenever. Goodbye to the Crew Motorfest. Well, no, goodbye to the Crew 2. Crew Motorfest, gone. Huh. Alright, boys. Thank you to popular members. A special thank you to famous members. And an insane thank you to star members, Danimal the Manimal, Grim Pepper, and Void, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members, Bad at Games 02, HK Binjuma, and extreme speed. I'll see you boys in the next one. In a